This must be something programming. Good morning to all my viewers out there. This episode is about 600,000 women was pushed out of their job. They pushed out of leadership position, the AI, and the Project 2020. It is the wake-up call. Welcome back to the Empowerment Exchange, to all my viewers out there, where we talk the truth. We talk about continuity and the real stories that shape our people. We not here going to be shoot shucking and show nothing. I'm Clayton, and I'm here with my brilliant co-host, Sheila Thomas. Welcome, Sheila.
Thank you. Hey, family. Today we're talking about something that's really heavy for me, but it's necessary. And it's the reality of over 600,000 women have been pushed out of the workforce. I mean, 600,000.
God, that's a lot of women.
Concerned about that?
Yes, we should be.
And these are women who are highly educated, credentialed, serving in leadership roles. And we're going to talk about how Project 2020 has opened our eyes to the systems behind this crisis.
But Sheila, can I say this? A lot of people don't understand that trap they fell into with that 2022. So thank you for bringing this up. I'm sorry about it, but I got this real talk.
Yeah, I mean, I knew about 2020 when Vice President Kamala Harris talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that's in that book is happening.
You're right.
So these are things that we can't ignore. And I want to start with some facts. Like I said before, write this number down. It's more than 600,000. I mean, more than 600,000 women have left or lost their jobs in this last year. And the thing about it, these were no entry-level jobs. Like I say, these were college-educated women. Women with advanced certifications, supervisors, managers, directors, women leading teams, programs, and departments. And it's more than that.
But Sheila, could I just, why was they laid off? I mean, I'm just your person. I mean, why?
DEI. And these weren't all black women.
White women too.
White women. DEI affected a lot of things.
But for you all out there don't know what DEI means, Department of Education Institution. So
diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So that umbrella has a lot of things on, the handicap, minorities, mostly women in leadership positions. You're seeing it all in the military, how they're firing people, blacks, white women in leadership positions.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not only a thing talking about black minorities. It's impacting a lot of women and people in these leadership positions. But right now, we're talking about the women who have been highly qualified for these positions that are being eliminated from their jobs.
And I think that's a shame. And you, where Project 2020, this is where it comes in at. When we start digging into the Project 2020, when we start looking at that data, the structured drivers, the equity, the system behind the system. And people, please understand the message that's being sent. And we realized that it wasn't random. This kind of 2020 project, it was predictable. This was preventable. And this was part of a larger pattern of impacting minority community. But when they heard about Project 2020, it was about, they kept the line. The president kept lying about he didn't know nothing was in it. I don't want to get into it, but, it was much more larger than they were putting out there, Project 2020.
Well, it's kind of exactly what they said they was going to do.
You're right. Nobody believed.
Yeah. Project 2020, all that did was make us open our eyes a little bit, look deeper to see the policies. We had to get smart on the economics, the technology shifts, social pressures, everything things that shape our lives, Clayton. When you apply that lens and you look at how women are losing their jobs, it's realistic. It's painful.
But Sheila, for all you all out there listening, they need to understand AI. They don't understand, maybe they just hear the name AI. How AI is replacing even educated women. And let's talk about AI, Sheila, because this is where the shift is happening rapidly and fast.
I won't say the name of this, but I know some people who've been fired from their jobs. I've known where places where whole entire HR departments were shut down, administrative leaders, women who managed the offices, coordinated teams. They kept things running, because, you think of when we were in the military, who was the one who kept the commander in check? The administrative assistant.
That's right.
So
that's true.
everything in all these scheduling systems, platforms, digital assistants, they're being replaced by AI.
And so what I think, Sheila, a lot of people out there just don't understand how these AI replacing these jobs. I mean, when we talk about AI, let's talk about that. Because this is where the shift start happening at, Sheila. And I know you just talk about administrative leaders. And can you re-emphasize that again about the administrative leaders?
Well, you think about this, every department normally has an HR.
That's true.
Hiring, staffing, person that gives you directions and policies, payroll, all, everything happens in human resources. So it's all going away. It's being dismantled. Even in healthcare, where women, you led patient coordination, billing offices and assistants. And what about you think about you call somebody about your healthcare plan? AI is going to be replacing it. It's going to be AI driven tools and documentations. So anything. I'm a computer programmer and analyst, system analyst by trade in the military too. So when they started upgrading technology, when even in the military, we start losing manpower.
That's true. Absolutely.
Because the technology replaces manpower. It did that back then. And it's the same thing now with AI. AI-driven tools is replacing manpower.
That is, what, and they're replacing customer service managers. I just need people to understand. You need to listen to what we are saying. Is that chat box now handle the entire customer pipeline? They don't need human to run it. Companies are restructuring department and eliminating supervisory role. This is the main objective of this AI. So people wake up.
Yeah, like you say, Clayton. What do you think is teaching us?
You're right. They don't understand.
What do you think is teaching all of us? Right. Like you say, technology replaces manpower. So what the manpower is, it's a person, it's a position.
That's true. That is true. That is absolutely.
And they don't even care about your degree. You don't care about your education. You don't care about your leadership skills. You don't care about if you were the backbone of that department. I'm so glad I'm retired. Woof. And because women, especially Black and Latina women, are concentrated in those roles of being automated first.
You're right.
They probably got a system where they, what you call it, the system where they can program. We could program and we can put in quotes on meet this condition.
Right. You're right.
So it hits us harder because the programs are out there. It's nothing hidden anymore with technology.
You're right. You're right.
Programs to eliminate the whole if you coded black or minority, guess what? You coded.
You know what, Sheila? In our conversation a couple months ago, did you know you taught me something? You never get. I didn't realize about coding how they can determine what race you are by
Mhm,
different coding,
mhm.
and so I never thought of it like that. Coding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I used to write programs, I could tell you what kind of who wear what kind of shoes.
See
Which
again.
would you order? Who's getting the orders? Who's buying the cars? Who's broken down by race? When you
Hmm.
anything that has an application that has race on it, they put that all in the system,
Yeah,
and that's
right.
why the healthcare system is so biased.
Hmm. We should, Sheila.
Why?
The healthcare system is it's a threat to minority people. The reason why I say it's a threat because when you look at these hospitals, top leadership position, you got people can walk in, black people can walk in first, they leaves out last. So it's racism is everywhere.
You might
And
not know that.
Project 2020, it's taught us something that I believe is very important. Technology doesn't just change jobs. We just understand that. It exposed inequity. It accelerates them. It move them at a rapid pace. And this AI stuff, Sheila, I'm glad that we're talking about this.
It's people need to get smart on it, and I know people are taking classes in AI because you can manipulate what you want to do. Like with
Yeah,
computers, I could put in it what I want to put in it. People, everything behind something, technology is a person.
that's true. Absolutely
So
true.
don't think the system doing it by itself. These little smart software engineers and developers are doing things that can automatically target whoever they want to target. I mean, that's real talk, Clayton. I did it. I mean, I didn't target people, but I knew how to target, with logistics, supplies, and weapons and things of that. I can track where they at, but you can write any program to do what you want it to do. And this AI, even when you try to call and talk to a human on the phone, you're not talking to a human no more. You talking to,
You know
so
what?
that's the
See,
human impact right now. It's part of the human impact, Clayton.
but that AI, just like you said, most people think you're talking to a computer, but you're talking to a person. Them computer programmers, they done wrote those programs to uh, uh, to fit their needs. In other words, make you think that you're talking.
I'm gonna give you an example. When I wrote programs, I would write it like, I want to find this product. If this product is found, this is what I want it to do.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through this process of what I want it to do. I flow. If it doesn't meet that condition, this is what I need. So they write programs based on condition. If it doesn't meet the condition, what you think it's going to do? It's going to make me a data file, and it's
Yep.
going to
Yep.
identify everybody that don't meet that condition.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using that as a people example, but I use that as a product material example. But the same thing can be done.
Yeah. But well, Sheila, I tell you what, I can tell you as a programmer because you really know a lot. Okay, you say that. For example, we a little bit off subject, like these uh what you call it, these casinos. Is that a good example how the program to do with the machine tell them?
Well, I work for the state lottery and state police. That's why you asking me that.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up because I got some people out here may want to hear this. I ain't talking nobody
If
person.
you got a criminal record, you might not want to win. Get your ticket to something like that. Get your ticket, because I used to have to go through every program with state police and make sure that there was no no tamper with the
Mhm.
machines. And I wrote the programs. I knew the numbers. I knew what would win. I knew the person who won, and then right under, since I worked with state police, that person would go under the I scope investigation. if they had court orders, if they had child support, if they had all that, if they was a criminal, they was going to jail. So I'm telling you right now, these programs, they're very complicated, but they can target who they want to target. But when I worked state lottery, I could tell you how much you paid in and paid out, and if it was a legit payout or whatever, because I used to write the game programs.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very intense. But but these programs, there's a lot of things, variables that can do. But I tell people right now, if you win something in the casino, you better hand your ticket to somebody that ain't got no record.
That's real talk.
My family could not play because I knew too much.
Right.
My immediate family could not play in the casinos.
Okay.
So,
for you all out there listening, we talking about AI. All this is part. We're trying to educate you on what these programs are designed for and what they would do for you. And let's talk about the human impact on this deal. Let's talk about what this means beyond the numbers. I love this conversation.
Okay, so I'm gonna reinforce this. What this means is women who was in those positions as leaders, now they're getting unemployed.
Wow. You
had some of these women, like when you get a new job, they come in, you got the smartest person, they train others, and now they're being told they're not technical enough as a term. So
that hurt.
I know. And even the women with degrees, you got women now, you can't even find a job. I've heard it for some people, they've been laid off and they still can't find a job, and they have to apply for entry-level jobs to survive, Clayton.
Man, this
it's really sad. And what if you had, you're in economic hardship, you had a house, you had two kids going to college. What are you going to do?
You're right.
And with these education loans, these Parent Plus loans, guess what? Everybody's not going to get approved for them.
That's true.
So it's really hard times. That's why we as Black folks, we need to come together and we need to support Black businesses.
It's you when you say that all of a sudden you done got a high-paying job, you done bought a house, you're living successful, and you walk into place, you've been laid off, or you've been fired, or we cutting back on jobs. But when you're cutting back on who you think they're gonna cut back first? I mean, we talk about these 600 women. I can understand with a lot of these women, white, Black, whatever, what they're dealing with. You done got yourself in a lot of debt depending on this job. Now the job.
I want to say just one thing, but I'm not going to call out the company, but I hated that my child had to go through standing in a line outside his job to see whether he had a job.
Wow.
If your security badge did not work, that means you were fired.
That's true. And that's
grown people crying. Never knew coming to your job, your security badge don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Never knew. So you have all these people, security badges, they shut down the whole HR department. This is real talk, Clayton. This is real. What's happening? It's no joke. These are doctors.
And your son, he's a scientist.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor, but at the same time, you go to your job and all of a sudden your security key don't work. Something wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
you just found out you've been fired and you got to go in your office, get your stuff out in 2 hours, and you go home.
Get everything out in 2 hours.
No warning whatsoever. No warning. This happened last March. No warning whatsoever.
No,
every week they had to report what they did at the job.
Now that is, to me,
every week they had to write 5 bullets on what they did every single week.
This has a lot to do with this DEI.
Had more to do with that too.
Yeah. But I mean,
it was when they were laying off federal government workers.
Yes. And let me ask you, did you notice that the suicide rate and the crime rate went up within a short period of time? Because when people lose their job, economic issues in the community. All kind of stuff take place. But I can say this, Sheila, that Project 2020 helped us understand the ripple effects. That's what it helped us to do, understand the ripple effect. When women fall, guess what? Family falls also. People don't understand the cause and the effect. When family falls, the community falls. And when community falls, that's when, Sheila, that the community, the system, tighten up its grip. This is what I'm talking about. When it's everything, they tighten it up, make it harder for everyone.
Well, that's why this conversation matters. And to me, that's why Black communities, especially Black men in the communities, they need to be present and they need to help.
Exactly.
Because these women, my sisters, are losing their jobs. A lot of them are head of households. Where the Black men at?
Address is unknown.
So this isn't, to me, it isn't just about jobs. It's about dignity and general impact. How are we going to help each other?
Well, you know, when you say, Sheila, this is why it is a justice issue. The Project 2020, people don't really understand, that taught us to see the bigger picture. That's what it taught us, to see the bigger picture, the structure drivers behind inequality. And people need to wake up and smell the roses. And I tell you what, Sheila, I'm gonna get that song which you say that what we need to do. Wake up, everybody.
Wake up.
There's no more sleeping in bed. That's real talk.
It is real talk. This is not just an economic issue. You know, the gas prices rises. Yeah, that's an issue. But it's more than that. It's a gender inequality. We're not the women. Right. Is targeting the women. It's a racial issue. It's a future of work issue for women that have, worked so hard to get the things in life that they deserve. And then you get shut down, you get cut off at the knees, the educated ones, the leaders. So what are we going to do?
You know what, Sheila, you bringing up some good questions, and what the community need to do. That's the real deal. Let's talk about, Sheila, what the community could do. And
we need to come together for one thing. I think it's division everywhere. And we need to come together, and we need strong leaders to come together. We need retraining programs, something that can help. We still have people of color in these big businesses and things like that. They can hire these women, especially these women who lost their jobs and leadership. They can, sometimes you got to be out the box and retrain and go somewhere else.
True, that's true.
They have courses now in AI literacy that, I see a lot of people are taking to get certified. I mean, it's going to be a lot of shifting that has to take place and a lot of adapting for people of color, especially women. If you were a vice president of a company in a department or education, now you're going to have to change your career.
That's true.
As to, so you got to be flexible. You got to be able to adapt to the things that's happening. But we have to support women that are transitioning from those roles. It's going to have a generational impact on us, Clayton. So we need help, from the community on that.
Well, only thing I'm going to say to you, and for you all men out there, you need to listen to what I'm going to say. We need men. I ain't talking about men show up. We need strong men, the men that have ambition, men that believe in themselves, men that are going to set up here and fight for these kids, men that's going to make a better world for tomorrow. That's what we need, especially all men, but we talk about especially Black men, Sheila, to stand up and support the women in their life, not just their emotion, but by advocating for them in the workplaces and in policies and community spaces. I'm going to say to all you black men out there, stop blaming the total system on racism. You can make a difference. We have to save our women. We have to protect our women. We got to help support our women. But if you're in a leadership position, don't stand back and say, well, this is the problem. Where there is a problem, there's a solution. The problem is that we don't have enough strong black men that are willing to step up to the plate and make a difference in their community. And as I said, I'm talking to the black men. All these black kids out here killing each other, murdering innocent people. Where is the black men at? I am a man. I've been there and done that. But we rely on these black women to carry the burden. We have to be able to stand up for them, go in the workplace, advocate for them. Don't just look at you saying, well, I'm just a straw boss. I got mine. I work for the white man. As long as he give me what I want, I can care less about the other. Like I said, Sheila, I don't mean to get emotional.
No, but
real talk.
No topic to me as a black woman, because I'm concerned about our black children. Mm-hmm. If we're losing our jobs like that, how are we going to support our kids?
That's true.
No, we have smart black youth, males and females. So it not only start with us and impacting us, it's going to impact our kids too. Exactly. So how are we going to stop that from happening with our children? Because if we can't make it and support our families, how are they going to make it? So it's like a domino effect. I don't want to fall down and then my kids fall down with me.
That's true. You said
I got to stay strong. I got to stand up. I got to do something to support my family as a black woman.
Sheila, what you said something just then, and I wish people understand the domino effect. When one starts tripping over, all of them trips over. All of them falls together. By being a woman, educated woman, you know how to put it out there without insulting anyone. And me as a black man, when I talk to a black woman, an intelligent woman like you, I say to myself, we need more. But especially, we need men, Sheila. You know, you say you're a man, well, prove it. Come together. Let's talk about problems, what these mothers are dealing with. Don't become self-centered. Ask yourself, what if that was my mother? Got laid off, then bought everything changed. We can't eat the same food we used to eat. We can't go to the same places that we used to go because our resources are limited. And that's what we need to advocate. We stand up for what we believe in. We cannot allow these black women to fall on their back when we can do something about it.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was going to say, because once a strong black woman falls, it hurts.
You're right. It does hurt.
It hurts. Your children are looking at you because that's all they look up to as a mother that's head of a household.
But Sheila, what do you think they're going through their mind when they see their mother is not able to do the things?
It's hurt, Clayton.
It's got to hurt.
It hurts.
It hurt, people.
It hurts. I'm concerned about, even though I'm retired, I'm concerned about how this society is with my kids. They got jobs. Mm-hmm. I'm concerned about, our children.
I am also.
So
they are future.
More than Project 2020. I think our community it's like I got mine, like you said, and I'm not worried about nobody else. It's too many
Exactly.
people in that mindset, and we got to get out of that mindset. We got to come together and strategize and come up to, this is a problem. Let's get to the root cause of the problem.
You're right.
Pull the onion all the way back and come up with some real strategic answers or solutions.
But you know what, Sheila, I need
What
to.
we can solve together. You got to do it together because you can't do it by yourself.
But
So
you said something earlier about a root. Unless you kill that root, the grass going to still continue. We got to be able to kill those roots and start over. Let's just reignite ourselves.
yes.
And Sheila, look, girl, these last conversations become emotional for me because we are speaking up for those veterans, everyone out there in the nursing home. Those individuals, they can't speak for themselves. We know what the cause and the effect. We know what the solution to the problem. But we need to come together and work together and pray together and believe that God can make a way out of no way. But in my closing, this conversation is not about fear. It's about preparation. What do you think, Sheila?
We got to be prepared, and this is something that's not going to go away tomorrow. We got to make sure our women aren't left behind.
Amen.
We really got to make sure we talk the talk, but we got to walk the walk too. Show me the action.
Gee, go, I like that. I'll tell you what, though, I like the way you can, you can talk the talk and walk the walk, but you out there talking loud and saying nothing, like Jane Brown said.
Mm-hmm.
You talking loud and saying nothing. And
Action,
it's about stepping up.
Words.
What's that, Sheila?
Action speaks louder than words. Okay, men, black men, where you at?
All right.
Don't get me started.
Look, talk to him. Because when I finish, look, Sheila, I'm going to put it this way. I can talk to him. You can talk to him. But I should be the one to be the leading roles of talking to the men as to what is the cause and effect as to why things are happening the way they're going down today.
My men these days sometimes more concerned about sports than they are what's going on in the economy. And I'm just going to say it.
No, we got to step up in the community, Sheila.
You get all interested, not you per se, but this is reality, folks. This is real.
It is real. It's about as real as it can get. And like I said, Sheila, we got to step up as a community. We got to step up as a community. I mean, we want to thank you all out there who are listening, not the one that is hearing, the one that is listening. For all you all do not realize there's a difference between hearing and listening. I hear noise out there, but I'm not listening to it. I mean, we want to thank you for joining us today, sharing the episode. I mean, it is a plum-pleasing pleasure to share this episode with my sister, a leader, a co-worker, or a mother. Let's make sure that the truth reaches the people who need it the most. We all need this education and training. We're going to see you the next time on Empowerment Exchange. Sheila, if there is anything you want to close out by.
I have 3 words. Wake up, America.
Very good. There's no more sleeping in bed. And I want you to be able to listen to what we are saying. What the world needs now is love. What the world needs now is God. What the world needs now to fear not. What the world needs now is to believe in Christ. Until next time, may God bless you. May God keep you. Until next time, adios.